Zootopia fans, check this out. We found some totally bizarre mistakes in the film that most people miss. Watch until the end to find out the biggest oops moment in the film. You'll be shocked you missed it the first time around.
Oh, hey, it's my parents.
Oh, there she is. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey there, Jude the dude.
Quick change while cooking carrots. In the scene where Judy goes home to her apartment after an awful day at work, we noticed a wardrobe mistake. Judy goes to the microwave to heat up a container of carrots for one. Side note, that might be the saddest packaged food item we've ever seen. Anyway, before she heats up the carrot, she's wearing her meter maid uniform. Then while she watches the carrot package cook in the microwave, she's wearing a pink shirt. Cut to her opening the cooked carrot package, and she's back in her meter maid uniform. Either she did the fastest wardrobe change ever, or the animators goofed.
Chief Bogo, please. 5 minutes of your time, please.
I'm sorry, sir. I tried to stop her. She is super slippery.
Mrs. Otterton's purse. In the scene where Emmett, Otterton's wife, is holding up a picture of her missing husband, Emmett, Mrs. Otterton's purse can be seen hanging on her left arm. There's a cutaway to Judy looking at Mrs. Otterton with concern. When we cut back, we see a close-up of the Otterton family photo, but something else besides Emmett Otterton has gone missing. Look closely. There's no purse hanging from Mrs. Otterton's arm in the close-up. Then, after another shot of Judy, there's a wide shot of Mrs. Otterton, and her purse is back on her arm.
Oh, thank you. Bless you, little bunny.
A real page-turner. In the scene where Judy is catching Nick for tax evasion,
I make $200 a day, Fluff. 365 days a year since I was 12.
something interesting happens to the pages in Judy's folder. Judy is totaling up Nick's income for the year. As she jots down notes with her handy carrot pen/recorder, she turns a page in the folder. But when we see the folder from the other angle, the page has been turned back, and all the math she scribbled out before is missing from the page. It's just a bunch of zeros.
Did you just boot my stroller?
Nicholas Wilde, you are under arrest.
Where did that thing come from? We know rabbits are quick, but Judy's got some lightning speed boot skills. Disappearing, reappearing walkie-talkie. Of course, when you're animating a fast-paced action sequence, it's only natural that some details get overlooked. For instance, in the part of the film where Nick and Judy are running from the savage Mr. Montius, Judy loses her walkie-talkie. It takes a long fall down to the forest floor beneath her. But a short while later, when Chief Bogo and the other officers find Judy, her walkie-talkie has magically reappeared. Not to mention, it doesn't have a scratch on it. So either the walkie-talkie grew wings, cleaned itself up, and flew back onto Judy's belt, or the animators had a little oops moment. Magic Donut. The scenes between Judy Hopps and Clawhauser are adorable and funny, and they also contain a mistake you might have missed. There's a part where Judy is telling Clawhauser that it's not okay for him to refer to bunnies as cute. Then he talks about how he's stereotyped as a flabby donut-loving cop. While he's talking, we don't see anything in his collar or near his neck, right?
In your neck, there's...
Oh, here you went, you little Dickens! Oh.
We see a donut. It wasn't there before, but then suddenly it appeared. It must be one of those magic donuts.
Oh, hey, it's my parents.
Oh, there she is. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey there, Jude the dude.
Timejump. Many viewers have pointed out this next mistake from Zootopia. You know how sometimes a short phone call with your parents can feel way longer than it actually is? Well, this little whoopsie moment accidentally and perfectly demonstrates that feeling. It happens in the scene where Judy is talking to her parents on the phone after her first day at her new job. If you look at the time on her phone, it's 8:40 p.m. Then just a second later, when she's putting her phone down, we see that the phone says 9:44 p.m. So Judy's phone either has the ability to time travel, or the animators made a slight error. Weasel or Stoke? Remember the slippery criminal from the film who goes by the name Duke Weaselton? Well, some fans are questioning if Duke is a weasel at all. People have pointed out that he looks more like a stoat than a weasel. After checking out some stoat footage on National Geographic, we're gonna have to side with the fans on this one. Duke has a long tail with a black tip. This is characteristic of a stoat, not a weasel. Weasels have shorter tails without the black tip. Fun fact, stoats trick rabbits by hypnotizing them with a weird wiggle dance so they can get close enough to snatch them for lunch. Yikes, look out, Judy. Bags with legs. Speaking of Duke Weaselton, fans think they found a mistake in one of his scenes. It happens during the scene where Judy is pursuing Duke for stealing a duffel bag full of flower bulbs. Duke falls next to the donut shop and his bag falls on the street by the shop. But then in the next shot, the bag has moved farther away. So did the bag grow legs and walk away? Upon further review, it doesn't look like the bag moved. But without an accurate measurement or being in the animation room with the animators, there's no real way to know for sure. However, this next mistake is undeniable. Moving lock. Don't you hate it when the locks on your door magically change places on you? Oh, right. That's not a thing that happens in real life, but in the animation world, anything is possible. Like when Judy first moves into her new apartment. Take a look at the deadbolt lock. It's super close to the doorknob, but in a later scene, the deadbolt has moved further up on the door, away from the doorknob. We'd like to point out that we only noticed this one because we're huge fans of the movie. Predator or prey? The website thegamer.com made a pretty astute observation. They pointed out that Zootopia makes the general assumption that all animal species that are categorized as prey are seen as timid and meek, but that's not totally accurate. Rabbits, deer, rhinos, and hippos all fall in the prey category because they're all herbivores. But the film shows the rhinos and hippos as tough cops while depicting Judy as a timid rabbit. In the wild, they would all be considered prey. Of course, a vegetarian rhino could still take out a predator in a stampede, while a bunny can't do much but run and hide. Still, it's an interesting point of view. Did we miss any big mistakes in Disney's Zootopia? If so, tell us in the comments. And that's a wrap. Give this video a big thumbs up if you love Zootopia. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to be the first to catch our latest videos. Thanks for watching The Things. We'll see you soon.